how is he doing all this? How did that guy that had a little family-owned glass business in Gingin, how did he know that this all had to do with glass and small little handheld devices? So much so that on the culminating day of his project, whilst basically challenging the premier of his state, whose name is Roger Cook, another Cook, Tim Cook, places a glass apple on the desk of the President of the United States, celebrating some type of victorious manufacturing facility in Kentucky by Corning, the company that produced the vials for the vaccine. Well, I know all this because I know how to use my brain, and I used a Google device, handheld device that I've put away because that whole paradigm of the handheld device is now extinct. And now I use a quite affordable laptop to build it, to declare and to announce a Scottish consulate in Gingin that will oversee 98% of Western Australia. The phones they're a losing game because they're a walled garden. I happen to be in the Cook Apple walled garden, and I just guess, a president that has announced his own phone called the Trump phone, and then an Apple CEO putting a glass apple, something that, until this roboticization, a little trophy like that, you would have had to come to a very, very skilled person like myself to make something like that. And where did all those skills go that would have, had the knowledge carefully handed down, carefully protected to create such a glorious trophy that was placed on the president's desk? Well, it went into this. And so there's no escaping the core argument, is that a bunch of people that know how to submit paperwork are at war with the people of the world that know how to do everything else. Is that well and truly clear? And no matter where you think you are, we will always be 10 steps ahead of you. This isn't a victorious day for the United States. It's an announcement that the Apple Corporation and the United States has retreated back to home. It's going to attempt to manage its monstrous republic with its livestock control device, formerly known as the iPhone. And thank God, we're not going to follow suit here. The iPhone Daily is being exposed as the horrific Nazi concentration camp that it has always been. How else would you explain all this? You can't. You can't explain it any other way. I don't fucking care about a fucking Game Boy. I don't care about a trophy. that's placed on the president of the country that was unable to control its hunger. I wish the United States all the very best. And I ask politely that you take our Premier, our former Premier, Roger Cook, to go and do whatever it is he does in the United States and to remove him from here. Because I just don't think that it's stable for us to have a strange little golf resort / ex-concentration camp still being overseen by this short-sighted, now 360-degree exposed individual. We have work to do. We have a country to build. We're not at the stage of handheld livestock device because our areas are too large, they're too vast. We're not managing a piggery here. The Nazis are all going home to the United States. I don't believe that Donald Trump is a Nazi. I believe Donald Trump is held captive by a combination of forces, and his job is to see out his presidency and negotiate for the Americans, at least for the United States citizens, negotiate something in the middle. He's negotiating a retreat. And I trust him to do that in the United States. The iPhone is not unable to be used for stable strategy if the citizens of the United States are exposed to my example on a Google device. Then an Apple device has the same power, the same capabilities, the same access to the same non-Apple applications and platforms that I've used, most significantly Meta's platforms, Instagram and Facebook. It's just that the device, the product, is being exposed. But we've been here before. Volkswagen, the people's wagon, was a concept created by Hitler himself. Hugo Boss, I think it is. The tailor of the Nazis. And now, Apple Computers, the weapon manufacturer for the Nazis. This existed as well, but the weapon of choice wasn't guns, it was phones. And doesn't it make sense that now, where school shootings are almost a daily occurrence, now the production of the most dangerous handheld device is coming home to the United States? Not handheld, is it? Simple little things, small little things. And I encourage you all to start really seeing the United States for what it is. It's a small little man that's tried to climb to the front of the Titanic has his arms spread wide and is saying, "I'm the king of the world." But I think we all remember how that movie ends.